So again, the first 2 years is really academics, engagement, and community. So to talk about academics, the LSA Honors Program offers a variety of honors courses from across the LSA curriculum. We cover the natural sciences, social sciences, as well as the humanities, and we do this in a variety of different kinds of courses offered in different formats. But the core of our program is the Honors Core curriculum. These are courses offered only to honors students in both fall, winter, and our summer term. These courses are really designed to be extra-disciplinary. As extra-disciplinary courses, we really want students to approach these topics, questions, or issues from a variety of disciplines, to make connections between different disciplines, and to really learn very broadly, rather than focusing on any one particular discipline or area of study. Some students will be illustrating different honors core courses that we've offered through the years and the experiences that we've had in them. But the honors core courses are really designed to give students the chance to dive in, to explore some issues or topics that are really of broad interest, and to give them the chance to stretch themselves intellectually and maybe challenge themselves in some different and unusual ways.
The first class that I took at Honors was called American Empire, and that was with Professor Gunning. It was a life-changing class. I love United States history, but I had never gotten to learn about it through a perspective that wasn't just through learning about the Pilgrims and learning about Columbus and all that kind of thing. Professor Gunning's class really made sure that we learned about all the different ways in which the U.S. affected other countries. And the really cool thing was that for the final paper, we could choose whatever topic we wanted after about maybe 25 to 50 that she chose for us. And I'm Puerto Rican, so I decided that I was going to write about Puerto Rico. Now, during this time, Hurricane Maria was going on, so it was a really difficult time for me adjusting to college and also worrying about my family back home. And so doing that paper was a really cathartic way to deal with my stress and to also learn more about Puerto Rico. So I really loved that opportunity.
I attended Great Books 191, which is a journey through human history through literature. And one of the first things that I thought of coming into this course was, this is just another book class filled with reading and writing essays and just on and on and on. But actually, coming into the class, I was decently surprised. This class was more than just reading and writing literature reports. It was really about discovering what it truly means to be human in our society and in past societies.
So my first semester, I took an honors core course called What is Cancer? And this was an interdisciplinary course which looked at cancer from all different aspects. So we focused on humanities, social sciences, and the natural sciences. So this was really interesting for me because I've always taken a lot of STEM classes, and I'm a STEM major, so I'm going to be taking a lot of STEM classes. And what I was expecting from this course was like nothing what it actually was. I thought it was going to be a lot about the natural science portion of it and just like a little bit of focus on the other stuff, but it was a really holistic class, and it gave me the opportunity to explore cancer from all different perspectives. We looked at healthcare disparities and how it impacts different communities around the world, and it was just super interesting to hear about all the different ways that cancer affects our lives.
I took What is Cancer? It was very differently structured in that it worked with Gradecraft, which instead of you start at 100 and then you get assignments and your grades usually tends to go down. You start at 0 and you work your way up with a point system. And this was really nice because I could predict my grade from the beginning and do assignments that I was actually interested in, and I could kind of look into different interdisciplinary approaches of cancer that I was interested in. For example, I did a lot of work with looking at ethical affiliations with cancer because I thought that was really interesting, and I got to do a lot of research on my own of stuff that I was actually interested in, and that furthered my knowledge of the subject.
The next honors class that I took was called Human Experimentation, and pretty cool title, really cool class. And the professor really made sure that there are different methods of learning about it. So besides, in-class quizzes and discussions and that kind of thing, he actually took us to go see Porgy and Bess, the opera. I had never been to an opera before. It was at the Hill Auditorium, completely free for us. So it was really fun to get and have that experience with the class. And then the third honors core class that I took was a science one, and I am not naturally a STEM person, and so I was a little bit nervous for this. However, I actually ended up having a really good time. I wrote about carbon capture, and the nice thing was that it was a paper-centered class. So if you're someone who's more used to the humanities and the social sciences, honors science classes are a really great fit because they really made sure that I didn't feel a lot of pressure to have to actually do a scientific experiment in a lab, because there's definitely room for that on campus, but not for me.